When we think of history, we often imagine kings, wars, and ancient civilizations. But have you ever wondered what historians actually do? Is history useful only for passing examinations? Or can it help us build careers and solve real world problems? In today's video, we will discover how historical knowledge is applied in various fields and how the study of history opens up many exciting opportunities in modern society. Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. Today we are going to learn chapter 3 of standard 10th history textbook, that is applied history. In this video we will focus on sections 3.1 and 3.2. We will understand the meaning of applied history and how history contributes to various fields of studies and many other areas. So let's begin and understand how the study of the past can be useful in the present and for the future. Let's understand what is applied history. Applied history is also known as public history. Applied history is concerned with the application of history for the benefit of the people in the contemporary and future times. What is contemporary times? It is anything existing, happening, or originating in the present time or belonging to the same historical period. What does public history mean? It means applying history in practical life. Some of the common misgivings of history. History is usually thought as a field of interest only for historians and students wishing to pursue higher studies, and also that history as a field of knowledge does not have any applicability to economically productive fields. In fact, public history helps to overcome such misgivings and makes history meaningful in everyday life, connecting people to history. How is history useful? It provides guidance in finding solutions to contemporary social issues and incorporate them in the social planning. Create opportunities for people to participate along with the technical expert through tourism. Tourism creates interest in history among the people. Our life is shaped based on the historical chain of events. Historical events relate to various fields like politics, social and religious structure of a community, philosophy, technology and science, etc. Each of these fields have their own history of building knowledge. Every direction of future development is dependent upon some available knowledge. That is why history holds an important place. Philosophy helps in understanding the origin of various ideologies. The intellectual traditions giving rise to those ideologies and their historical development. And philosophy needs a language as a medium of expression. In order to understand the philosophical expression, knowledge of the history of language proves to be useful. The history of science helps in understanding the chronological order of scientific discoveries, inventions, and theories. It can also help to understand the cause-effect chain that led to those discoveries and inventions. There is a saying that need is the mother of all inventions, and therefore scientific discoveries and inventions are often the effects of human efforts to fulfill a need and also curiosity. Those efforts are based on already available scientific knowledge. Knowledge of history of science helps in understanding the factors that facilitated a scientific discovery or invention and also its chronology. The history of technology helps in understanding the changes and their causes in the field of agricultural production, commodity production, architecture, engineering, etc. Scientific discoveries and inventions and technological advancements are mutually dependent on each other. If we look back to the history of the Stone Age, we see how gradually the stone tools were developed for the sake of convenience, and that very tool was developed and made more convenient over time. For example, the Stone Age man used stone flakes of larger stones and used it as a knife. But over the course of time, this tool was polished and made sharper for convenient use. So, in this way, the knowledge of the history of making tools helped in the development of mechanization and creating a mutual dependence between science and technology. Industry and commerce. This field deals with mutual economic transactions, that is based on mutual social interactions and cultural interactions. As social transactions expand, industry and trade also expand, and this brings development in the culture. Thus, it becomes necessary to understand the history of these processes. In order to understand various factors involved in the chain of production, such as means of production, human resources, and processes of production, as well as the chain of market and sales management, etc., it is essential to have a knowledge of similar functional system of the past. It is essential to understand the psychological character of the people working at various levels in the chain of production and marketing for healthy management. In order to achieve it, understanding of the social and economic institutions that support the industrial and commercial processes is important. Knowledge of history in this regard makes the management at various levels easier. It is important to understand the development of various art forms with the help of their style of expression and their foundation in the form of intellectual, emotional, cultural traditions. The key to the expression in any art form, emotional temperament of the artist, and the developmental history of the respective art form can be understood with the help of cultural history. Humanities include disciplines like history, archaeology, sociology, anthropology, political science, economics, etc. All disciplines have their origin in philosophy. Ancient people all over the world tried to speculate in order to understand the relationship between universe and human existence. This gave rise to many stories about how the world was created and how human life began. Here also, knowledge of history helps us in understanding these developmental stages. In this way, we learn how the knowledge of history can be applied to various studies and understand them as well as their relations with other sciences and their developments. If this video was useful for understanding this chapter, then do give it a like, share it with your friends and subscribe to the channel for more videos. This was all for now. See you in the next video. Till then, stay blessed, stay curious and always keep learning.